Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the show. Listen, I'm glad to have you guys here on this Sunday. It's Sunday, the 12th of July, 2020, and welcome to the show. Listen, let's get started. Let's take a look at some of this stuff that's going on in the world of cryptographic coins. Start the charts right here and take a look. Bitcoin price analysis. 3 reasons why a wild BTC Bitcoin move is anticipated very soon. Over the past 2.5 weeks, the Bitcoin price has been stable. I'm going to tell you it's been stable for longer than that, in between $9,000 and $10,000. Boy, I've never seen Bitcoin stability like this before. It says, unlike Bitcoin stability, the altcoins are celebrating their own party. Bitcoin dominance recently reached its yearly low. Now, I've always pointed out to you guys, when we see the Bitcoin dominance drop, generally we're seeing a positive energy coming into the Bitcoin space. It says, wild moves are upcoming. From a technical point of view, Bitcoin's stability period like this usually ends with a wild move. The indicator we mainly use to measure volatility is the Bitcoin Bollinger Bands. Those are 3 lines following the price action candlesticks on the following daily chart. Whenever the upper and lower bands are close to each other, there is likely a huge price move coming. The last occurrence are marked by yellow arrows, can be seen in the 2020. 3 times the bands were tight, although not as tight as today. In 2 occurrences, the following move was to the bullish side, while once it was a bearish one. An unforgettable bearish one, the 50% crash on March 12th, 2020. Price levels to watch in the short term. Price levels are looking at is 9,300, 9,400, and 9,000 or below. I'm going to tell you, there's an awful solid floor on Bitcoin at 6,500. And it's been established a number of times, So that's pretty much the downside risk associated with it. But what's the upside potential of Bitcoin? Well, the sky's the limit, because we're heading toward a hyperinflation. First, in the very, very, very short term, we're looking at a possible deflationary scenario because the Fed has now decided, in their great wisdom, to level off their amount of stimulus measures that they're putting in. They're leveling things off. Their balance sheet has actually started to drop. Why they're doing this, I don't know, but it could create a bearish scenario in the markets. It could last a very short duration, because ultimately the markets will force them back to stimulus again. It's almost like a game they're playing, But at any rate, that would be bearish for Bitcoin if we have some sort of a market crash, But on the flip side of that is the Fed's going to come into a rescue. We all know that. And when they come into the rescue, that would be extremely bullish for Bitcoin. So you got to weigh your upside potential against your downside risk. I think the downside risk for Bitcoin is $6,500. That's my opinion only on it, And the upside potential is unlimited, But you're going to pay right now around $9,300 for a Bitcoin. Okay, let's take a look at this. Historical data suggests that Bitcoin is poised to post a $3,000 movement. Bitcoin saw some intense early morning volatility today when its price rallied to highs of 93.50 before facing a swift rejection. This caused it to subsequently reel beneath its $9,200 support. The buyers are now attempting to defend against further downside risk. This volatility comes as the cryptocurrency's weekly candle close fastly approaches. One analyst is now noting that this $300 movement may simply be the prelude to a much larger one. He explained that historical data and the crypto will soon make a 30% movement in one direction or the other. This means that Bitcoin may rally or dive by nearly $3,000. So this is basically a repeat of the last article I just read. They're expecting a move to the upside or downside. They just don't know yet at this point which way it's going to go. but they're expecting a big move, a 30% move, which is a big move in any asset class. That's a big move. Let's take a look at this story now. How the U.S. and Europe are regulating cryptocurrency in 2020. It says cryptocurrencies have been around for more than 10 years, but the legal status of bitcoins and most other cryptocurrencies remains unclear and has different definitions in various jurisdictions. Are they money? Are they an asset? Are they a product? Are they a property or something else? Should they trade freely or must they be tightly regulated? In the absence of clear answers, governments in the United States and Europe are still issuing legal acts to regulate the cryptocurrency market and are trying to determine their attitude toward cryptos. It says in the first several months of 2020 alone, in France, Germany, and Austria, authorities issued decisions with 3 different interpretations on the nature of Bitcoin as a currency, a financial instrument that is applied as a means of exchange among individuals or legal entities, and as a security. So they basically can't get their heads around it. And this is the same situation we were facing for the last, I remember years ago, that they were talking the same thing. They couldn't get their head around what kind of an asset it is, how it should be taxed. Bitcoin is a square peg, and they're trying to ram it into a round hole. And I mean, the whole thing just doesn't work, And this regulatory argument will continue to go on. Meanwhile, Bitcoin continues to grow. At a certain point, there is going to be no regulatory argument. They're going to realize what Bitcoin really is. The purest form of money. It's money. I mean, they can sit there and they can argue back and forth all day, and at the end of the day, they're finally going to realize that it's money when it's too late. Too late for their fiat currencies, which are not money. So if you have your choice, which are you going to take? Are you going to take a fiat currency that's not really money? It's only a piece of paper that's actually they say it's money, but it's not really money? Or are you going to take real money? I remember when I was a little kid, they used to have these silver coins still back in 1964. Around 1966, I was collecting them out of the change. They were white looking, and I got a few just in my change back then. I put them away. And that's what's happening with cryptocurrency right now. People are picking it out, almost like they're picking it out. They're putting it away. They call it HODL in it. And they're waiting. They're waiting while these fiat currencies show their true nature and their true intrinsic value, which is absolutely zero. Okay, listen. Thank you guys for listening to this show. I'm sorry I haven't got so many programs on here as I used to have. And the reason why is cryptocurrency for the last few weeks or last couple months even has been kind of still. It's kind of not really all that much action going on. And of course, I need action in order to make a story. And there's nothing much happening. It's kind of quiet, very, very quiet lately for cryptocurrencies. But while it's been quiet, people that are smart have been out there putting a little bit away for themselves consistently, on a consistent basis. I watch these old ladies and stuff and younger men and people going into the store, and buying these lottery tickets. And I just think to myself, you're never going to win this. Every month they go in and buy those lottery tickets. Never going to win. And in fact, the lottery has a percentage thing where they only pay out 50% of what they take in. So it's just like burning half of your money. If they took that same amount of money that they spent on lottery tickets and just quietly bought cryptocurrencies over a period of years, the same exact amount of money, they'd have something real. And they really would win the lottery in the end, I believe. It would be a sure thing. Listen, thank you guys for listening. Like and subscribe. Give me a thumbs up. We'll catch you guys in the next show. Bye-bye.